AI in music production is extremely scary, but setting the fear aside, today I have 4 ways AI can improve your music and get you to the next level. If we can't beat it, we can very well take advantage of it.
Too slow.
One of the best ways that I found you can use AI is using as your personal engineering assistant. And the best way to utilize it actually using as an A/B tester. The best thing a producer can have a second ear in a studio. I sit alone all the time. I don't have it, but I have AI. So what I tend to do, if I'm a bit hesitant with the sound, I will do like a just AI take on it and A/B it. That gives me another reference point that I can always compare. And you know what? Sometimes AI comes up with the things that just sounds better, and sometimes it comes with the things that doesn't make sense at all. So I have this remix that I'm working on, and I had this vocal. This sound on the background. Because we are having the vocal, I want it more like a pad sound, right? I don't want it to take over the mix. That's the reason I'm cutting a bit and adding reverb and so on. So it's like I feel confident, maybe it can improve a bit, but let's see what AI does, right? What you can do, duplicate it, put in any AI that you prefer, more or less, and you can just ask AI what AI thinks, right? Okay, mix this for me. And it will analyze it and do its magic. And now we have this. So what it did, it added a bit air, compressed the sound a bit more, add a bit dynamic EQ. On itself, it might make sense, but probably take too much from the vocals. Let's add same reverb and delay and compare the one that I made and see how it sounds. You should be A/Bing. I cannot stress this enough. Just A/B, A/B, A/B. And you often pick the good one because you will hear it. Like here. Doesn't sound as good as mine. It just doesn't sit good enough in the mix, but I kind of like the air part of what AI did. So what I can do now, take the same neutron, put it on the version that I have and test it out without neutron. It boosts the highs a bit, like both sculpture and equalizer boosting a bit and giving a bit this one. So I don't like this too. I'm going to remove them because I don't want those deep sounds, but this I can agree, and also a bit compression helping out. Can I bring it down a bit? Without changing the volume, we are making a bit more airy. Now, in the channel, it can make sense, but doesn't make sense with the track. Let's try one more time. We need to boost slightly more. Again, power of the A/B, having the AI, a person sitting next to you, having another opinion and comparing those opinions and picking the best parts. Mixing is only one thing. You can do exactly the same thing with the mastering AI that you prefer. I really like Isotope, so I tend to use Neutron or Ozone for this type of A/B. But anything that you like, it is good. If you're enjoying the video up to now, please consider like and subscribe so I can bring more videos like this. What is better than engineer? Co-producer. And both Suno and Udio is actually pretty good at co-producing stuff with you. Not just downloading and copying the stuff, but using as a producer that helps you with your own track. Let's say you want to start an idea, you don't know what to do. Let's go to Suno or Udio, doesn't matter which one you use. I think this one can work. Listen to this. Feel the rhythm, hearts are winning, underneath the stars we glow. There's one problem with this AI generated sounds. They come after some cool ideas like the vocals and chord progression and ambience, and then they have super garbage other things happening in the track. Like, what is this arpeggio? The lyrics are so garbage as well. But like this progression, you can work it out, right? This gives you an idea how I'm thinking now. How can you make this one useful? Of course, we are gonna call another AI friend, and this time I'm using a Remixes though. Let's put inside this one. Be in mind that it takes a while. So we have something like this. It looks super confusing at the beginning, I know, but the reason I suggest this one for this type of work is because it is super useful if you want to figure out each elements and what each elements play. So this is all composition. We have the voice, piano, guitar, bass, kick, and so on. Let's hear the kick. Right, the color the same. And then let's hear the bass. So you can see bass progression basically. And if you zoom out, you see everything, right? And you can also hear like the bass, like this pumping. Right? You can clearly hear sidechain. So you hear all the details. It's very useful. Probably the more important thing will be like, what is the progression on this one? Like a piano over here. It's not perfect, especially when the sounds are blended together. Like here, I think we have to have the others as well. Yeah. Right? But now we hear, and then we see also the progression here better. Right? And what is good is actually, it's not only showing you the notes. Let's say I want to take the voice maybe. You can actually change the notes, like you can move this around. Right? So it gives you all the things, and the most important thing, let's say I want this one in the MIDI form. You want to export this, let's say I'm gonna use this as ambience, then you can export this like a WAV format, or pick something like MIDI, simple, so it will simplify it a bit, and export. And then you can just take that MIDI and drop it into your DAW. And then you have all this information right here. It has all the small MIDIs and stuff, but you're probably most interested in like here, the chord progression, right? This is what you want. Just like connecting the dots basically. You have the progression, you can do it anyway. Okay, this is quite basic, but look, this works. Right? Now I used AI to inspire me to create this progression. I can even think about, okay, let's create something similar on the background and build upon it. So whenever you're short in ideas, use the AI as a co-producer. And this is just a single element, right? You could do this for vocals, take the drum progression, basses, whatever. Remember, you can use anything for inspiration as long as it inspires you. Before I show this one, let me reiterate something I always tell. If you have a singer, somebody who can sing for your tracks, that is absolutely the best. Singers are oftentimes very gifted with songwriting and melodies, and they will really help your track to pop. But this video is about AI and the cases that you don't have a singer. And as you guessed, we have already different products in the market where you can synthesize the voice. I'm going to use synthesizer V, but if you have other options, use that as well. So idea is very simple, right? Synthesizer V looks like a regular plugin, almost like a DAW. You have the notes, right? And then you can actually draw a melody, and then AI will synthesize the vocal on the melody that you have drawn. Let's pick the mic and synthesizer. Let's shorten them up. The one thing that you probably realize, this is actually the pitch curve of the vocal. Vocal actually comes from C flat or B into the C and creates this pitch melody, so it sounds much more natural than just having a single note, right? The humans don't tend to do that. And then after that, you can insert your lyrics into that. Let's write something like, the machine is the singer now. Oh. And extend the notes so this is actually longer. Now we have this.
The machine is the singer now. Oh,
it is very good, isn't it? Like, especially when you put this inside a mix, it really gets quite natural, and it gets harder and harder to figure out if this is an AI or a regular singer. Like when you take this vocal,
the machine is the singer now.
We are on the edge. Are we really able to tell this is an AI? Right? Put a beat under it.
The machine is the singer now. The machine is the singer now.
The rhythm of music could be better, but you see the idea? And it's also very cool, especially if you are going a bit more like a non-melodic vocals. Let's take something like this.
Can I trust you?
And then we have our my singing the same thing.
Can I trust you? Can I trust
right?
you?
Very cool. And then from here you can change stuff. Alright, now we change it into the guy, and then let's say it says, I can't trust you.
Can I trust you?
Alright, now we are talking.
Can I blame you?
It has a really cool tonality as well. Then you can change like modulation and so on. It's very cool.
Can I blame you?
This is cool.
Can I blame you? Can I blame you?
Right? It's super duper cool.
Can I blame you? Can I blame you?
You get the idea. Extremely useful, especially if you need this type of stuff. A tip that I want to give all the especially beginner and intermediate producers. You should be using AI to make a lot of remixes, because a lot of people loves old songs. Everybody loves old songs. You shouldn't overestimate the power of remixes. And for remixes, the good thing is you can separate the stems and use those stems the way you want it. Like this is the remix that I was working. Use whatever stem separation tool that you want to use. But I would suggest get the remixes with the vocals that a lot of people love. For me, for example, this is one of my top tracks ever. And as a Remixer, this is enough for me to create a track for my sets that I will play only myself. You should have your own weapons. For me, like, I always wanted to play this track. I always wanted to have my own version. Playing things like this can really ignite the floor because they realize, oh, this is that old track. Oh, this is like a new melodic techno version of it, right? And everybody enjoys the moment. And then I can go do stuff like this, right? More melodic, flaky part. You should be doing this all the time. People asking what to do in social media content. Do this. Make once per week. Make like 20-30 seconds remix of well-known track, right? You never know. Maybe people like, if people like, then you can finish it up. Remember, remixing old stuff, all the biggest producers use it all the time, and there's no reason that you shouldn't use it either. Old days, big producers always get the stems and we never get it. Nowadays, we have AI, we can split any stems and make the unofficial remixes of any tracks. All these are good, but if you want to learn more about modern music production, I have a video over here. Take a look.